The top news headlines: State government apprises Nagaland government of Sapo's indefinite burn, asks them to stop burn, informs Chief Minister Ann Biren. Chief Minister Ann Biren flags off Imphal to Mau Manipur State Transport Bus Service. And 33.86 crore rupees sanction for 3 inland water transport projects in state, says Union Minister Sarbananda Sonowal. A very good evening. You're watching the Mami TV English News in Focus with me, CHENGLEINGANBI KHAIDEM. The news in detail. Chief Minister Ann Biren has said the territorial confusion between Nagaland and Manipur is not between the two governments, and the state government has written to Nagaland government to take action against Sapo for the indefinite burn along the national highway. He said this during media interactions on the sidelines of Imphal to Mau bus service flag-off program at Moirangkhom today. Responding to media queries, Biren said the territorial confusion emerged after a community of Nagaland claimed the area as their customary land. Terming the indefinite burn called by Sapo over the issue as wrong, he said the state wrote to Nagaland government to stop the burn at the earliest. They were even made aware that the structure built is under the jurisdiction of Manipur government. The centre cannot intervene on the matter as it is not between two governments. However, the centre will eventually have to intervene if they do not come to an agreement, he said. He raised the issue on the House during the just concluded assembly sessions, Chief Minister Biren said.
Assembled a state versus state in the state government no boundary, a boundary, Haina Dev. State dispute like Table. Mayam Sibata. Mayam the Bata national international boundaries, the Nagalena Noigini, Equigini, Haina Dream. Only high is the Sapo have South Angami People's Organization, village community Amakana. Customary when I queen of Romania, Kogi, Adunia, Quigilum, Herpogivani. But Nagaland government hired for the three. Concepted letter of you public confusion and begun. Aduna, Queen of the Nagaland government, the Queen high Saposi, Monitor river ships in Lali Tindio. High rivers had to live a portion within state and Adumina Liner in a state Anigi port Makatolki, Minamadugi, center to intervene to be timing the Latvi. Either. And the state government. Yana repte bata raga dekho masana mother center to body sarke to bata.
Chief Minister Ann Biren today flagged off Imphal to Mau Manipur State Transport Bus Service from MST Complex Moirangkhom. The bus service was launched with an objective to provide a safe, reliable, affordable and sustainable public transport service, the Chief Minister said. MLA of Mau AC Losi Diko, Chief Secretary Dr. Rajesh Kumar, Presidents of Naga People Organizations, Mau Council and Mau Students Union accompanied Chief Minister Biren in the flag-off program. Speaking on the occasion, Chief Minister Biren said that the bus service was launched with the objective to maintain close relationship among people living at border villages and in valley areas. The bus service was of utmost importance for people of the state as better transportation facilities could strengthen connections among people of hills and valley district, he said. The bus service between Imphal and Mau would facilitate the people of Mau in marketing their local products and enhancing the economic activities of the state in general, Biren asserted.
A border area, state border area, the Rivers in Sika, Imphal, capital city of the state, Siga Anigi Mark relationship like never said. What number communication? Sigi Pochi, Masi Sumnagi, Aina Salaga, or Monalaga, Unapokatana. Delhi is my bus service commercial, private key, Natab. Comment Gisi, Awam Mamandani, Atava Mamaldani, Masiki service Helagadi. I call the hen and Nakshin of Marim Square. Aduna Munatana Kanangasi, Honorable Former Minister, Honorable MLA Dikogi, Kutang, the Torkanangangsi, Mau Council, the Naga People Organization, NPO President, the Mau Student President, the Mau Womanski. mother association ki mayam lakna to bodagi ngasi si koi nahan ki prepare to bani bus ma thaba hoksi hai adu di hujik mau ko sendur si bus ani amna yara ga de koi we are going to extend it up to hanagi koi na Dimapur da lairam station da madu hangna na bataw mau ki kangu na sumadu Dimapur bhaw mo ki marketing se mau do puthui ba koi vegetables kumba adi organic koi ba de lai gi horticulture gi anapani Imphal manung phangiba laigi horticulture gi posting ya ma mau di por bo hard working aduna bus sima regularly sale gadi moi gi ada puthok sari puthok mayam do bus hapa ko so purpo yare marketing gi Imphal area da moi gi marketing ama sambi na bai na ko jima pham yem mo sakani
MLA for Mao Assembly Constituency Lo Sidiko stated that the current government led by Chief Minister Anne Birent has always been successful in addressing issues put up by its people. People from different communities have started working together for the development of the state under his leadership, he added. The MLA further mentioned that economic activities would be enhanced with the launch of bus services.
There are 1,100 people switching huge increase of numbers of money because our government has shown the concern and the good environment for us to live together.
On the other hand, United Bus Owners Welfare Association has termed it unfortunate that Chief Minister Anne Birent had to launch Manipur State Transport bus service anew. They want to take up steps if the bus service is not stopped at the earliest. Secretary of Ubowa, B. Dhanabir Sharma, said this during a press meet held today at the office of All Manipur Road Transport Drivers and Motor Workers Union at MG Avenue.
अखोगी बस न सर्विस तौरम फमजिदा एमएसटी न तौबा अना अदमाइना हाइजाबनी अदुगा तंपाकी वैली सिदा तौजा हैबा तारगा जो हाना लेरिबा बस लिसिंग मुकी मया से मणिपुर स्टेट ट्रांसपोर्ट का पुन्ना खनरगा स्टेट ट्रांसपोर्ट की मखादा अखोई मोगी बैनर मखादा तौरछु तौजियना अदमाइना तौनरगा लेबनी अदुदि नतदना अखोगी हेता खुदा खुदा की ओइबा अखोगी एसोसिएशन मयाम असुक कुइना वाजररकबा अखोगी बस एसोसिएशन जिंग अछि मणिपुर गवर्नमेंट की थबा अमा खुदा की ओरो करिगुमा हारको मतम मांग थादन सोंथोक्ते चिनजरिबा एसोसिएशन अछि तानरमदना एता अखोई तोरपसि अखोई एसोसिएशन सिंगे माइकेदगी यामना पेंजदे मरमदुना ngasi तौबिग्रिबा इम्फाल टू माउ चेंबिरिबा बस अछि अखोई खुदकता हंदोपियो हंदोपिदबा तारगदि अखोई बस एसोसिएशन जिंगी मयांगी ओइबा निफममा फमगा अखोई अकन खोंजंगमा चंगलकपा यायना दुमाइना थमजगे.
The central government has sanctioned 33.86 crore rupees for development of 3 inland water transport projects in Manipur as part of its IWT projects in the northeast states under the Ek East policy. This was stated by Union Minister for Ports, Shipping and Waterways Sarbananda Sonowald in a written reply to the Rajya Sabha yesterday. In the written reply to the Rajya Sabha, the Union Minister said the 3 IWT projects for the state and their sanctioned funds under central sector schemes include 7.88 crore rupees for Loktak Inland Water Transport Project 2 on Loktak Lake, 40 lakh rupees for project proposal for utilizing the savings under CSS for survey of River Barak, Manipur site, and 25.58 crore rupees for Loktak Inland Waterways Improvement Project for Loktak Lake. Union Minister Sonowald also stated that the objective of Ek East policy is to promote economic cooperation, cultural ties, and develop strategic relationship with countries in the Asia-Pacific region by providing enhanced connectivity to the states of northeastern region, including Arunachal Pradesh, with other countries. International Peace and Social Advancement IPSA has drawn the attentions of the state government to take action against Southern Gami Public Organization SAPO by filing FIR against its official bearers as the indefinite ban along National Highway number 2 of the state is unlawful. Addressing a press meet held at the office of IPSA at Kaisampat, Vice President of IPSA KHAIDEM Athoba said SAPO's burnt is not the first in the state, as burnt along National Highway has happened in the past. However, it is not reasonable to impose burnt demanding withdrawal of police outposts in the jurisdiction of Manipur, stating that the association will take up steps to implement socio-economic security policy by the state and the center to check such unlawful activities. They appeal to experts to give suggestions for the same. Asserting the importance of facing the situation together, IPSA appealed to the state government to take action against the members of SAPO at the earliest.
คนมนุษย์ได้เลยมันน้อยผลิตเอาโพสต์เราทูเอาดูเราทูแล้วก็ดีน้อยกี่คุยกี่ลำพาวแล้วก็น้อยเดี๋ยวจะรีบว่า supply กันน้อยไม่ยามเสีย any sort of คุยกี่ supply logistic ไม่ยามเสียมาสิล้วนแต่ทิ้งนั่นนี่เห็นนะไอ้คุยกี่ lifeline เสียเฮกต์ทัดดัดปะอันนั้นสิ่งบางกี่ level แล้วพอว่ายิ่งทั้งนั้นเลยว่ากี่ community สิ่งนะไอ้คุยกี่มันนี่คุยกี่ไม่ยามสิไอ้คุยกี่ lifeline นี่ high ว่า lifeline national highway สิดาไอ้คุยสิ่งจะรำไปแล้วก็อีได้นั่นสถานบัยยาบกี่ situation นั้นมาได้ status นั้นมาได้ position นั้นมาได้ level ลิบเสียมาสิไอ้คุยลำดับมาสิได้เลยดีป่ะไอ้คุยกี่ไม่ยามอามาดีไอ้คุยกี่เล้งอ่ะอาศัยกี่จับจ้าบ่ absolute ไอ้คุยกี่ว่า Mia masigi socio-economic security policy ma later badagi masi thokani haidana ekoi sana lowi.
As part of Chief Minister Anne Biren-led government's War on Drugs 2.0, a joint team of Kampong Police and AB and CB Forest Department, 22AR and SDO Hungting Subdivision destroyed 25 acres of poppy plantations estimated to be worth 2.5 crore rupees at Nepali Asian Village and Denglen Village yesterday. 3 persons were also arrested during the operation. Talking to social media, Chief Minister Anne Biren stated that the poppy plantation not only creates problems in the society but has become a cause of large-scale deforestation which disrupt the environment. He appealed to the people of the state to extend support in making government's war on drugs successful. Chief and Village Authority of Longa Koirang lauded the combined team of Manipur Police, Narcotic Affairs and Border and AB Forest personnel and 10 Assam Rifles for destroying illegal poppy plantation at Longa Koirang Hill Range on March 28. A press release from the village chief and secretary of the village authority said the poppy plantation was forcibly carried out at the hill range by people of the neighboring village without the consent of the village authority. Condemning such illegal poppy planted, they demanded befitting actions to be taken against the cultivators. The press release also mentioned that a combined team of security forces, including Kampong District Police, destroyed poppy plantations at Longa Koirang, East Laijangam, Sejang, and Kordipok Hill Range on January 29 and 30. An FIR was registered with Kaithilmanbi Police Station. If proper investigation is conducted into the case, those involved in the illegal poppy plantations can be arrested, it said. The press release further appealed to the authority concerned to completely stop such activities. The first Akhoigi Imphal International Film Festival 2022 will begin from April 2, 2022. The 5-day-long festival will be the high point of the Golden Jubilee celebrations of Manipuri cinema. Secretary of MSFDS Sunju Bachaspati Mayum in a press release said the film festival will be organized by Manipur Film Development Society and Manipur State Film and Television Institute under the sponsorship of the Directorate of Film Festival, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Government of India. The international festival will screen 11 feature films, 8 non-feature films and 1 feature films. The 5-day festival will begin at 11 a.m. and continue till 10 p.m. to release a date. KG Moirang Kendra Apun Baluk, Kemkal, a union of civil society organizations of Moirang, has felicitated the newly elected MLA of Moirang Assembly constituency, Thongam Santi, yesterday. General Secretary of Kemkal, H. Somikanta, Joint Secretary L. Boy, and other important members of the union attended the felicitation program at the MLA's office at Moirang Philem Lekai. The union submitted a memorandum with 13 demands for development of the constituency to MLA Thongam Santi and discussion on strategies to build good relations between CSOs of Moirang and the MLA to usher in significant development in the constituency was also held on the occasion. Members of Kemkal also inspected the ongoing dredging work of Moirang River carried out under the supervision of the MLA. Here we have a short commercial break. Please stay tuned for more update.
Nungarba pausal ama lakliba Mars ki tang kuntareta ki kuntramathoi fauba kiam sangaital road leba sumthang healthcare da gynecology, medicine, dental, ortho amadi surgery ki lem nalayang bagi khudong chaba pisari. Akuba maro ki damak 7085203529 natroga 8730919965 asida contact tobiu. Nungarba pausal ama lakliba Mars ki tang.
Welcome back again after the break. India's reported 1,233 fresh COVID-19 cases with 31 deaths in the last 24 hours, which took the COVID count to more than 4.30 crore and the country's death count to 5.21 lakh. The active cases declined to 14,704, comprising 0.03% of the total infections, according to the Union Health Ministry data. The recovery rate is currently at 98.75%, the ministry said, adding that the daily positivity rate was at 0.22%. Meanwhile, with 1,876 patients having recovered in the last 24 hours, the cumulative tally of recovered patients surged to 4.24 crore Indians. COVID-19 vaccinations coverage has also exceeded 183.82 crore across the country. On the other hand, COVID-19 vaccination for the age group of 12 to 14 years age, which started on 16 March, has recorded more than 1.50 crore. Prime Minister Narendra Modi today participated in the 5th Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation Summit hosted in virtual mode by Sri Lanka, the current chair of BIMSTEC. The summit's theme towards a resilient region, prosperous economies, healthy people captures the main current priorities of member states and efforts by BIMSTEC to develop cooperation activities that support member states' programs to deal with the economic and development consequences of the COVID-19 pandemic. The main outcome of the summit was the adoption and signing of the BIMSTEC Charter, which formalized the grouping into an organization made up of member states that are littoral to and dependent upon the Bay of Bengal. In his intervention, the Prime Minister underscored the importance of enhanced BIMSTEC regional connectivity, cooperation and security, and made several suggestions in this regard. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also, along with other leaders, also witnessed the signing of 3 BIMSTEC agreements which represent progress being achieved in ongoing cooperation activities. Taking a swab at Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Congress leader Rahul Gandhi today said the Prime Minister's daily to-do list includes raising petrol, diesel and gas prices, making farmers more helpless and sowing hollow dreams of employment to the youth. Gandhi used the hashtag Roz Subah Ki Baat with his tweet attacking the Prime Minister on a range of issues. Mention may be made that petrol and diesel prices were hiked by 80 paise a litre each, taking the total increase in rates in the last 9 days to 5.60 per litre rupees as recorded today. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov will visit India on a 2-day visit starting tomorrow, the government said today. The visit would be the highest level visit from Moscow since Vladimir Putin's attacks on Ukraine. Lavrov's visit follows Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi's visit to New Delhi last week, the first in over 2 years. Despite mounting pressure from the West, China and India haven't condemned Russia's invasions of Ukraine. India also abstains from UN resolutions censoring Russia's and continues to buy Russian oil and other goods. The foreign minister has not given any details on whom the Russian leaders would meet on his trip, which coincides with visit by British Foreign Secretary Liz Truss and US Deputy National Secretary Advisor for International Economics Dalip Singh. Sri Lanka began imposing record nationwide 10-hour daily power cuts as it rained out of hydroelectricity on top of a severe shortage of fuel. The South Asian nation of 22 million people is in its worst economic crisis since independence in 1948 because of a severe shortage of foreign currency to pay for imports. The state electricity monopoly said it was imposing a 10-hour power cut from a 7-hour outage since the beginning of the month. Because there was no oil to power thermal generators, more than 40% of Sri Lanka's electricity is generated from hydro, but most of the reservoirs were running dangerously low because there had been no rains, officials said. Most electricity production is from coal and oil. Both are imported but in short supply as the country does not have enough foreign exchange to pay for supplies. Meanwhile, the main fuel retailer, the state-owned Ceylon Petroleum Corporation, said that there will be no diesel in the country for at least 2 days. Many hospitals have stopped routine surgeries and supermarkets have been forced to ration staple foods including rice, sugar and milk powder. The government has said it is seeking a bailout from the International Monetary Fund, which is asking for more loans from India and China. Now let's recap the headlines once again. State government apprises Nagaland government of Sapo's indefinite ban, asks them to stop ban, informs Chief Minister N. Biren. Chief Minister Ann Biren flags off Imphal to Mau Manipur State Transport Bus Service. And 33.86 rupees crore sanctioned for 3 England water transport projects in state, says Union Minister Sarbananda Sonowal. That's the end for today's News English Bulletin. Keep watching Mami TV News for more update.